Hi, this is Star Empress, and today is January 28th, 2020. I'm doing a reading for Libra. The zodiacal sun sign for today is Aquarius, so happy birthday, all you Aquarians out there. However, on the zodiacal calendar, it shows that Libra has had some hard times on the 1st of this month, the 27th and the 28th, that they've been feeling like they've had so much to do, and then once they get through one thing to do, then there's another. And I mean, that could be the energy for a lot of us in today's world. But I mean, this is showing that specifically for Libra, it's been kind of chaotic. And then when they get a fresh breath, there is a breeze, fresh breath coming in tomorrow and starting tomorrow. So then with that, you want to take a look at where you want to go, what you want to do, making decisions based on the way things have been the last 2 days. So the planetary energy right now is Saturn, and the element, the predominant element right now is Earth. So again, this is going to be a general reading for Libra, and that's based on the fact that my zodiacal, however you want to pronounce it, calendar is saying that yesterday and today was kind of difficult for Libra. This is Libra's sun, moon, and rising signs that this will affect. So basically, I'm doing a Celtic cross spread, and I'm using an Alice in Wonderland. Well, it's called Wonderland and Tarot. This is a new deck I got, and it's by Barbara Moore. For those that are new to my channel, so what I do is I do a tarot reading based off the knowledge of reading Rider-Waite tarot cards, the RWS tarot. And then I have an intuition, whether you want to call it psychic, empathic, divine influenced, spirit guides. I call them my spirit guides, and I have psychic intuition. They lead me with the reading. Then after that, I give the artists of all these new tarot cards their great appreciation by actually reading their meaning of their cards on the spread. So whichever way you take it, it could, a lot of times it ends up the 3 ways this meaning the same. There could be a different spin on each way it's taken, and that could be spirit saying, hey, this is why I wanted you to use this deck, and this is why I led you this way, and this is the meaning of that. And there could be different people. So what resonates, it's your reading, and if it doesn't resonate, then there's a lot of other readers out there that may be picking up on something for you. Okay, so the first card out, and this is what is going on. This is the querent, which is the Libra, and it's the Empress. Oh my goodness. Okay, and this is what is your obstacle, the 5 of Pentacles. This is what you feel is above you, or the best you can get, or what you're hoping for. This is the 8 of Pentacles. This is your foundation, what yet you have to work with. And it is the Death card, which basically means new beginnings, the end of something, a new beginning. So this is going to be your foundation of this reading. This is your past, King of Wands. This is what you're going into, the Queen of Wands. This represents what's inside of you going on. This represents your environment outside of you. This is your hopes and fears. And then your future, if you follow the advice of tarot. Okay. We're speaking to Libras out there that have a very maternal, nurturing energy as the Empress. Life, rebirth, caretaker, maternal, mother, nurturing, wise. It also speaks for virtuous. Um, the Empress can also be sexual in the feminine sexuality of fruition and sexuality for making babies. That sense, you know what I mean? It's not a it's a conceiving sexuality for fruition. Okay, so that is what represents the Libras right now. So they embody um, uh, maternal instinct, nurturing. It could be just a pure young mother type, or youthfulness of fruition. Um, the Empress is looked to for that. She's kind of I don't want to say a queen in the sense of what we think of with the cards, but like a queen in the sense of everyday what we think of. It's the Empress. She's noble through righteousness of purity and maternity and nurturing. Okay. Now, what's the obstacle is the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles speaks of being in a position where you're on the outs, you're in a less fortunate position, and then there's like it often shows poor people, vagabonds out in the dark, in the cold, and then they're walking right outside a building that has their lights on. It could be like a church or what have you. And the original Rider White Raider, in the original Rider White tarot deck, um, Rider White Smith tarot deck, it does show that it shows the very poor, pristine. Um, there's a very nice pristine church with the lights glowing, and through the lights are on. It's warm. The picture denotes warmth on the inside and shelter, and they're outside in the cold, walking outside. So there's an obstacle. Now this card is interesting. This actually shows Alice trying to go in to the building. In the original Rider Waite tarot, the vagabonds, the people that are desolate and poor, are walking past the church in the cold as if it's hopeless and they don't even see it, or they don't even know they can go in. It's interesting. And this is showing that Alice is trying to go in, but the frog is pulling her away from the door. And for that to be in your obstacle, it makes me wonder that, yes, we're speaking to people that have a powerful Empress aura about them, and but there may be someone's not wanting you to go into that door that you could possibly go into. And Alice is innocent, kind of naive. And in the Empress card, it's showing Alice dressing what is probably the Empress in Wonderland. But who's the real Empress here? The real Empress is a genuine maternal. People look up to her. So I'm already seeing a naivety, a good naivety, but deception, blocking someone's path. How interesting. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is creating your skill, working on your skill. Pentacles signify, the Pentacle cards signify coins, money, abundance, earthly things that you're working on. And so this card shows that right now, this is what Libra's thinking. Well, this is the best I could, this is what the best I got to hope for as far as my future is. Continue to work on my craft, on my job, on what it is that I need to prosper in. Which makes sense with this obstacle card showing that this Five of Pentacles, you know, she's trying to go inside and she's being pulled away from the door. That's the obstacle. Foundation, what you have to work with is the Death card. And the Death card means there's a really strong misconception with the Death card, thinking that it means someone's going to die, or it's really negative. Death is an ending, and with every ending is a new beginning. So the foundation you have to work with is the ending of something, a death of something, which may be a good thing. We'll find out. So then we move on to that which you are leaving, which is the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands is total, I mean, he's mastered everything with all the elements. With creating, with manifesting and creativity. The King of Wands sometimes shows up with the Magician. This is what you're leaving, which is manifesting everything. And we're going to get clarification on that exactly. Your future going into is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen, she's holding one wand, which is all she needs. She's got her familiar with her cat. And she has, all she has to do is stand there firmly with the one wand. So what I'm getting from this is you're going from having to do everything to being able to stand firm with just the one and say, hey, I did this, I've done this. This should be enough, is what I'm feeling, Spirit's telling me. Okay? So I'm getting a lot of opposition is hitting you, but the opposition that's coming to you, these people think you're naive. They think you are naive and that they can keep you from attaining what is destined for you to attain. In the past, you were the King of Wands, which is, he's got everything to manifest. Close to the Magician, but not quite. But then going down to the Queen of Wands, which she doesn't have to do all that. She just is holding the one. What's inside? That card flew off. Where did it go? Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, what's inside? The Ace of Pentacles is inside. This card placement is what is within you. And you have the Ace of Pentacles within you, which is awesome. So I'm speaking to some really gifted people out there. Maybe a lot of you that's watching this right now you yourselves are intuitive and you have spiritual gifts. I wouldn't doubt it, because just about everybody that watches these, I know I watch tarot readers, because I know it's true, and I'll pick up on things. I do my own readings too, but so you have a Ace of Pentacles within you. The Ace is beginning, the door opening, and it can signify a gift given to you from the divine, or it can signify that this is right now happening for you. But I am getting the feeling like this. What this is meaning is you have the gift to manifest and create and open your pentacles within you. You have that power. What is your environment, things around you? Is the Seven of Pentacles. Now the Seven of Pentacles is what is around you, your environment. This could be people, places, and things. The Seven of Pentacles usually means there's daydreaming or a lot of options. Now, this is supposed to speak, in the Celtic Cross, this card is supposed to speak of what's outside of you. Other people, like family, people you live with. But because because the Ace of Pentacles is within you and it's a manifestation card, and then this is the Seven of I mean, it's a manifestation of the entry into abundance and prosperity, which you can create within you. So I'm feeling more like this is to speak of the environment outside of you, as you have a lot of options and you're looking at them. What is outside of you? You can create. You have the ability within you to create, and that door is opened. That's inside of you, and you know it. What's outside of you is your options. Your hopes and fears is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles depends on where you are in the card. Now, the Six of Pentacles normally on the Rider-Waite deck has a person handing change to like two beggars. So it shows three people, and he's giving a coin to one. One's reaching out for it. Another one is down there, and it specifically shows the one standing there handing the money is in great garb, and the one of them that hasn't got a coin that's standing there has a red handkerchief in his pocket. Basically, what it means is the Six of Pentacles is giving, charity, or receiving, whatever position you are in life. So since I don't have a person in front of me that I know is doing the reading, I would just tell you, you need to ask yourself, who would you be in that situation? Because this is your hopes and fears. This is what you hope and fear. It could basically mean that you hope being too rich or too poor. Maybe you're hoping that you will have enough money to give, but you fear by taking a risk, you won't. Taking a risk in a new venture of employment, you won't, and you'll be on the receiving end of charity. Now, in this card, it shows Alice with the Mad Hatter and the rabbit. With the rabbit looks like the rabbit is the one that is in the position to give, and Alice and the Mad Hatter have their plates out to get served in abundance. So basically, your hopes and fears, I'm feeling like, you're hoping to be that rabbit that's in a position to give. Your fear is if it doesn't work out, you're going to be the pauper with the empty plate trying to receive charity. The outcome is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is this is love, fulfillment. Water is deep emotion. So this is your answer, and this is your future. The Ace of Cups. So I'm hearing follow your heart. You know which way you should go. Follow your heart. The answer lies within you, your heart. And the door is opening for that. Okay. So to sum up this reading, Libra, you've had 2 bad days, doing too much. Go here, go there, go there, go there, do this, do that. You've been kind of confused, then you get, finally get a fresh breath of air, whew, okay. But now, because of that, you're able to wait a minute. Okay, so what's going on? What do I need to do? And tarot and spirit is using the tarot cards to tell me that this is the situation they see, and to follow this advice. So basically, you are a naive mother type figure, which means you're naive, you're sweet, you're virtuous, you have very nurturing character. And basically that does sound like me. I have Libra moon rising, so wow, I mean, you can't help it. I mean, so, but you have this power. You have this power. But because that you have a sweet, virtuous, honest, nurturing side to you, but you have this power, and right now you're being gifted with the divine to manifest your power for abundance, to make money, and it doesn't have to be oh, you're going to be a money hungry, gold digger. It could be just, making your money to go further, to have extra bucks, starting a new job, a career. Anyway, but you are a threat to someone, and it's a trickster, and they are thinking that you're so naive that they're going to take advantage of you, and they're trying to keep you from going into that big, beautiful building with the lights on and keep you out. Which, in this situation, that it symbolizes the abundance waiting for you. You've been manifesting, using all of your skills to manifest everything, using all of it. It's time for you to go into the future. Hold your wand as the wand of manifestation firmly, because you own it. You own that shit, girl. And you stand there. You may think I'm naive, but bitch, please. I can be sweet and I can be sour. Don't make me sour. Like a queen, standing there. And there's her cat. Her cat's like, that's right. Don't confuse kindness for weakness. You have it within you to create your abundance. It's there, and the door's opening. You've got a lot of options of creativity out there. A lot of options. All those pentacles on that tree. Fruition. Don't worry about your hopes and fears. Spirit knows about it. Relax. Don't worry about it. If you're scared about what decision to make, Spirit is offering you a cup of love. It's very deep. Follow your heart. An extra card that was for this reading, for after the reading, is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is oftentimes read as childhood memory, people in a childhood innocence of that childhood kindness, love, attraction, or just good memories, or childlike innocence. This was a bonus card for your reading. And what I feel Spirit is saying, that out of all this mess and trickery, there's one person that sees it and has your back and will be offering you this cup. And it has many more to give you. Okay, so I said I was going to go over the reading. So the Empress, in this is okay, the Empress through the looking glass. In Through the Looking Glass, Alice believes that Snowdrop, the white kitten who was being groomed by her mother, Dinah, during the adventure, must have manifested as the White Queen, who always appeared so untidy. So in an interesting and entirely looking glass fashion, the adult becomes like a child as Alice assumes the role of adult and helps the queen put herself in order. In the background, we can see Dinah patiently licking Snowdrop, who bears it rather well. All things considered, although in the text, neither were actually in the looking glass world. While Alice helps disentangle the brush from the queen's hair and pins her shawl properly with a brooch, she is displaying some aspects of the Empress. As she performs these nurturing tasks, she tries explaining how she is doing it, giving the queen the skills to do it for herself in the future. It can go straight, if you pin it all on one side, Alice advises. Similarly, Dinah's grooming will help Snowdrop learn how to take care of her own fur someday. The relationship goes both ways. Though, as the queen teaches Alice about life in the looking glass world, just as Snowdrop doesn't appreciate her grooming, Alice isn't convinced the queen's wisdom has much value. When the queen explains to Alice that the phrase jam every other day means jam tomorrow and jam yesterday, but never jam today, Alice is confused. The queen patiently continues, it's jam every other day. Today isn't any other day, and tells Alice this is the effect of living backwards. This nonsensical rule is an example of logic that is often employed in our world that seems arbitrary and just doesn't make sense. Although one can never have jam today, there are, the queen insists, other benefits to her world, and tells Alice about how her memory works both ways. The queen, in fact, can remember best things that happened the week after next. This speaks to the idea of the circle of life or the wheel of the year, both of which are very closely associated with the Empress. The natural world follows cycles. The Empress knows these cycles very well. She can remember what happens next month because she has seen it before. When Alice gets upset about being so lonely, the Queen tries to get Alice to stop crying by advising her to consider something, anything, such as what a great girl she is, how far she's come today, and what o'clock it is. The Queen explains that nobody can do two things at once. Her best advice, however, is probably advising Alice to believe impossible things. When Alice says she cannot believe the Queen's age, 101, 5 months and a day, the Queen says, "I dare say you haven't had much practice. When I was your age, I always did it for half an hour a day. Why, sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." In sharing their understanding of how the world works, both Alice and the White Queen are being empresses in their own way. I don't know. I might have lost a lot of your attention with that. But if you like stories, geez, there went my calendar. So down the rabbit hole is the divinity meaning on the card. In a reading, the Empress is the knowledge of and deep love for the workings of the natural world and all that resides within. It is also the desire to share that understanding to help others more comfortably through their lives. It is also the wisdom that to everything there is a season, and if there is no jam today, we can live in hope of jam tomorrow. And just as surely as the sun rises and sets each day, spring will follow, winter, abundance will follow, lean times, and death will follow life. The key words for the Empress, which is applying to our Libras right now, is abundance, fertility, creativity, pleasure, beauty, happiness, comfort, nature, motherhood, mother, nurturing, love, pregnancy, and generosity. So I'm going to do, I want to read the Ace of Cups, which Spirit chose to use for your future outcome. So on the Ace of Cups, these pictures are really pretty. So the Ace of Cups, it's getting dark. Through the looking glass, all of the aces represent an opportunity, like we discussed. We are given something that is full of potential. If we use the resources wisely, we can unlock its gifts and create something of value. Aces carry the energy of the number 1, which is fleeting. This is a small window of opportunity, so grab it quickly before it vanishes. The chalice in the Ace of Cups isn't something we are likely to use in everyday life. It is an ideal, like the Holy Grail. As such, it holds noble gifts, grace, love, peace, healing, and forgiveness. We all have access to these offerings through our higher selves and through our hearts. However, these virtues come into the world through us and are therefore not idolized, but shaped by our individual natures and experiences. We present them to others not as ornate mythological grails, but as mundane and homey expressions. Through our actions, we form relationships. Like a well-used teacup, our relationships may have some cracks and stains, but they also have the patina of time and affection. They are all the richer for their imperfections. Down the rabbit hole, the divinity meaning. In a reading for the Ace of Cups, let us know that we are the recipients of divine love and all that entails. In this cup, we can find forgiveness, grace, peace, and love. We must drink deeply and accept the gift, because until we love ourselves, we cannot love another. If this card arises, you will want to be ready to love another, because the opportunity for a new or newly deepened relationship is on the horizon. To make the most of it, you want to be prepared. Keywords are relationship, peace, love, healing, grace, creativity, joy, overwhelming emotions, intuition, and affection. Okay. So, I am going to pull an oracle card for our beautiful Libras out there. I hope this reading has been of help. So I have, let's see. Since we did Alice in Wonderland, I'm going to do Angels and Archetypes oracle cards. Actually, I have another really cool animal one that I got, but I think I left it in my bedroom by my nightstand. Okay, so give me an oracle card for our Libra Sun, Moon, Rising on this, January 28th. Something's going to happen in October of this year, because I just said October. Or there's someone you know that was born in October. Our Libras are October, right? Maybe that's why I said it. Come on, spirits. Thank you. Take the bottom. Okay. Oh, you guys have a protective guardian. Drop your shields. Drop your shields. You have a protective guardian. So, the protective guardian where's my protective guardian? Drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Know that you didn't need to hide when you... It's hard to read this. You didn't need to hide who you are. You don't need to hide who you are or the gifts that you have. You were born to shine. The protective guardian is a feminine version of Archangel Michael. She is a friend, and she's fierce, protective, yet having warrior angel. She's a warrior angel. She's protective. She's your guardian.